Hello everyone, this is just a short overview of Module 3, which you'll see is all about learning styles and personality types. So if you're thinking there might be some self-reflection involved in this, you're absolutely right. It does mean taking a good hard look at yourself. Some of you are going to want to dive right in and you're just going to love it, I'm quite sure. Others of you might need a bit more convincing. So look, what I can reassure you about is there's nothing too deep and psychological about this. What we do is ask you to fill out or to complete 2 online quizzes. One of them is to do with learning styles and the other is to do with personality types. They are simple tools, and what is really the way they're really intended to be used is that you then use them as a starting point for thinking about and discussing aspects of yourself, and in particular how you learn and what's going to help you make the most of your learning potential. So it can even give you really valuable insights into things that have happened in the past and maybe learning experiences that have gone well for you and others that didn't go so well. So it can be quite illuminating for some people. Now, the other thing to assure you about is that it's okay not to agree with all of it. If there are aspects of this which you really don't think resonate with you, that's fine. When you are reflecting about that, though, what we ask you to do is to please explain what you mean and to back up what you're saying with perhaps illustrations from your life. So, for example, when you're writing in your learning portfolio, you might disagree with some aspects of that profiling, but just back up what you're saying. So let's have a quick look on Moodle, and you'll see that there's the study guide module there for you to download if you need to, but hopefully most of you are using a hard copy study guide by now. The videos are there, including the lecture recording. Please check that out. Now, 2 really key links here. We've tried to make it very easy for you. So these are the links that pertain directly to the activities in your study guide. So the first one here is the Solomon Felder Learning Styles link, and that's where you will go to complete that particular quiz about learning styles. And the second link, which is very important, is this one here, and that's the Jung typology test, and that's to do with your personality type. So we've also given you some additional resources. There's a useful summary of learning styles here, strategies for supporting different learning styles, that's really important. And there's this particular article called Your Learning Personality, which you will find useful. Of course, don't forget about the great information that's contained in the study guide, and it is important that you go through that really carefully as well. Just one warning, and that is that sometimes the terms that are used in these profiles are not necessarily the way we use them in everyday life. And sometimes people get a bit tripped up with words like judging, for example, and they assume that it means judgmental. Well, it doesn't. It has a very particular meaning in this context, and you really need to read those explanations and definitions. Another point that people get a bit tripped up over is introverted, and it has a slightly different meaning from the more general definition in this particular context, and so you do need to become familiar with the terminology and the definitions. Now, there's another quiz here that you might like to do, but it's optional. Some students find this quite interesting. It's to do with different types of intelligence. So by all means, do that one, but you won't be required to report on it. There are some other resources there that you might be interested to check out. We'd love to hear your thoughts about this on the discussion forum. We generally get some pretty lively discussion about this particular topic, so please jump on board. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And last but not least, there's that checklist there so you can tick off all the jobs and that you know that you're keeping up. So when you've finished Module 3, you will be in a good position to finish off Learning Portfolio A, and hopefully you've been building that week by week. And of course, that's due at the end of week 4. Sorry, I'm going to scroll back up to the top. There's that assessment block there, and this is where you will actually go to upload your finished learning portfolio as well. If you need some more advice on that, then check out the Getting Started with CQ University Systems guide that you should have a copy of. If you can't quite lay your hands on that, you'll see it here. There's a link to it in the study materials block here. So you can see that we try to make everything very easy and straightforward in this subject, and I really hope that you do get some valuable learning from exploring your learning styles and personality types. Some people will get very involved in this and they will want their family members and friends to perhaps fill out that Jung typology quiz as well, because it can give you some valuable insights into other people as well. And certainly if you do have other people close to you complete that Jung typology, it makes for some interesting dinner conversation. So look, all the very best with Module 3, and also good luck with Learning Portfolio A.